Thank you, Rick. You mean I wouldn't get a sticker? Been standing here for... All right. So I assume you're as tired as me after a long day, and after me there's only Advert to come, so you might as well. Anyway, hello, my name is Hagen Wösner. I'm working for a startup company from Berlin, Germany. 10 people, ONF startup members since this year. And what we mostly do is we're building prototypes for other customers, for bigger vendors as well as operators, that show what you can actually do with SDN. So that's not yet a product, but as you will see, the decision if that is going to become a product is anyway not ours, but that of our customer. And that's Deutsche Telekom. We're mostly working with DT Labs that are also situated in Berlin. We do mostly open source, actually almost everything that we do is open source software. We have had to concentrate, however, on building open flow hardware platforms some years ago. This blue one is actually one of ours, and we call it Basebox, and this is entirely open source to the ground. So if you're actually interested in working on a box that would run OpenFlow 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, and you really have access down to the operating system, everything on that thing is open source. There is more information up there in our booth about it. But that's not so much the demo here. The problem we're trying to solve is we're showing a virtualized CPE, slightly different from what SDN is doing in not pulling back all the functionality from the home router into the cloud, but being able to decide specifically and on purpose which functionality goes where. And so what we implemented here is based on an Intel platform, a virtualized CPE that actually is able to have virtual machines installed from the cloud into the CPE, and these virtual machines are actually controllers, small tiny controllers working on logical switch instances that we're dynamically creating. The whole thing is Intel DPDK accelerated, and we're using OFConfig 1.1 for the configuration. This is a screenshot of the user of the portal, a view of the portal, and during the demo I will actually switch between two views. One is the view of the actual machines running on the home router. No end user would actually ever go and see that, and the other one is what the end user would be doing on the portal of the provider. The demo will have 3 steps. First step, I'm actually setting up the CPE with some basic functionality. The basic functionality will be a learning switch on the LAN side and a layer 3 functionality to do the actual network attachment. And this is all rolled out by invoking virtual machines here that are controlling forwarding engines. In the second step, the user will activate internet access, and the third step, and that gave the whole demo the name, is we're activating a layer 2 tunnel into a private extension of the home network. So that's actually a layer 2 extension, and it's, in our particular case, it's a GRE tunnel. So what's actually happening is that we're invoking a GRE tunnel endpoint implemented in OpenFlow on XDPD, and the controller is being rolled out from the cloud. There would be potentially a fourth step in the demo that we decided to omit here. That would be guest ports. We also can do Wi-Fi guest ports and so on. So let me switch between the views to do the demo. Step 1, we're invoking on the home router side. When I'm clicking on this, it takes some time. And this is the reason for that is that we're actually starting virtual machines, and second, that we're using an Ajax that has some time for the web interface to be coming up. This is a small controller that makes a logical switch instance a learning switch. These logical switch instances are being created via OFConfig. We added a bit of an extension over OFConfig 111, in that we're also able to create virtual links and actually really do the service chaining within one instance of an OpenFlow switch. I'm switching over to the view that the end user would actually have. Let's say we are Marie and we're logging in and activating the basic service, which is then actually providing an IP address and setting some OpenFlow rules on the cloud side to actually provide internet access. And in the next step, we're setting up a virtual home network extension, and that is the tunnel. And I'm switching back fast enough in order to be able to show you that. So by clicking something on a portal, we are using a REST interface call back to the home router, and that invokes a virtual machine here, creates a new logical switch instance, wires all of that, and we're having it's a service graph, right? So we're having the LAN traffic. LAN traffic is split between the traffic that goes directly into the internet and the traffic that goes to the cloud. And so we're having this instance. And that already concludes my demo. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask. I'll be around and having a beer.
Thanks, Hagen. Thanks, Hagen. Our last demo tonight will be from the team from ADVA. So they are